Hi everybody, I'm Vanessa Mulvey. Welcome to today's Musician's Mind Body Warm-Up Challenge. I'm going to take you through some core movement integration movements that I've been learning lately. Core movement integration grew out of the Feldenkrais method and is a great way to connect the lower body to the upper body, to get flow through the playing, to encourage flexibility in the spine, and get yourself breathing. I'm going to show you the movements first without the instrument, and then I will show you how you can bring the instrument into these so that you can use them throughout your practice as you're learning music and as you're tackling your toughest passages. So let's go. Core movement integration describes movement in pathways. Movement that starts at the bottom of the body, at the bottom of the foot, all the way up through the head. We're going to use 4 of those pathways in this exploration today. Use flexion for opening the back of the body. We're going to use extension, we're going to use side bending, and we're going to use rotation. So the first thing I want you to do is find your sitting bones at the bottom of your torso. The sitting bones are the lowest part of your torso. So to find them, take a hand and place it under your seat. Move your body from a slump to overly straight, and then come back to the place where you really feel the weight of your body in your hand, and now feel the connection of the sitting bone to the chair. So flexion is like tucking the tailbone. It's a simplified way to think about it. Tucking the tailbone. It articulates the spine all the way up to the head. And now let's integrate the legs into it. So we're going to think about the knees floating back toward the body and causing a chain reaction through the bones. Knees float back, chain reaction. Come back to that neutral. Next, let's do the opposite of flexion, extension. So in extension, the pelvis tips forward and the spine extends, the front of the body opens. It's like untucking your tailbone. So do that a couple times, make sure you're breathing, and let's integrate it with the knees. So for extension, the knees are going to pull away, pulling the pelvis and then extending the spine. That chain reaction through the whole body. Knees float forward, pelvis tips, spine extends. Make sure you're breathing. Now let's move between extension and flexion, always initiating with the knees. So the first thing we do is find those sitting bones on the bench. The knees float forward, we extend, come back to the sitting bones, knees float back, we flex. Make sure you're breathing, looking for that contact with the bench, and then thinking about and feeling the whole spine responding to the movement of the knees. Our next movement is side bending. So bending the spine out to the side. So to initiate this movement from the legs, you're going to press in with, I'm going to start with my left foot, I'm going to press in and I'm going to open up or side bend to the right. Press and extend. It should feel elastic and free. The last pathway we're going to do is a rotation pathway, rotating to the left and rotating to the right. And of course, we're going to use the legs to help get us there. So find your sitting bones on the bench. And to use the legs for rotation, you're going to think about floating one knee. Right now I'm floating my right knee out. It pulls the right side of my pelvis forward. The left side goes back. Right knee floats forward and I start the rotation. This is your prep level. Left knee pulls forward, right side goes back, and you can alternate those. Then next you can take it into more rotation that resonates all the way up through the spine. So I'm going to allow my right knee to float forward, and then I'm going to allow my spine to respond to that motion, and finally my head looks behind me. Back to start. Left knee floats forward. Then the movement resonates through my spine and I look behind me. Make sure you're breathing and look for the feeling of those sitting bones on the chair. Now I'm going to use the movements in my warm-ups. I'm going to be thinking about initiating the movement by moving my knees and allowing the bones in my body to respond. So I hope you've enjoyed these whole body movements. We got moving from the bottom of our feet all the way up to the top of our head by using our legs to move our spine. You can use these movements lying down on the ground, sitting like we did in the video, or standing. You can use these movements for warming up before you play. You can use them in your warm-ups, and you can use them as you learn repertoire. They promote freedom and ease in your body that translates into fluid technique, captivating sound, and undeniable expression. Thank you.